Okay, good morning and good evening, Mr. X's class. Today I'm going to talk about the word cite with a C. It's spelled C-I-T-E. So there are three words actually that sound the same, that have different meanings and different spellings. And they all sound like cite, so we'll talk about that. This word cite, C-I-T-E, is Spanish citar. So one is to mention something as a reason or an example in order to support what you're saying. This is, I think, the most common. We use it a lot when we talk about essays or when you talk about academic writing. When you get to college, you're going to write lots of essays where you, and also like in this class for persuasive essay, let's say, you get information from somewhere else, and then when you put a quotation, something copied from another source into your essay, that's called citing. And when you cite it, that means copying it, and it also means, but if you cite correctly, you also need to say where the information came from. So you don't just copy something. You say, you know, this author says, like in the earth did not devour him. Tomas Rivera writes, you know, comma, quotation marks, and then you put the quotation. And then you should also explain, and then there are rules called MLA format for how to put the page number correctly, which you'll learn. So that's also called MLA citation. Citation is the noun for cite. So, so here, this sentence says a writer should always cite his or her sources to avoid plagiarism. Do you know what plagiarism is?
Yeah.
Copy somebody else's work without giving credit. So to cite means you copy, mention it, copy it, but you do give credit correctly. So we know that it's not your idea, you took it from somebody else. That's one meaning of cite. And you're using it to support what you're saying. You have an argument, and to support your argument, you give examples. Second meaning, to speak or write the exact words. That's like to quote. It's a synonym. This one is a synonym for to quote. So, I'm quoting the Bible, citing the Bible, citing Shakespeare, citing the law, quoting the exact words, copying, saying the exact words, say or write exact words. Number three, you might have heard this one before, like if you get a traffic ticket or a police officer pulls you over, they cite you, or they give you, they give you a citation, and that means like a ticket. So, and technically it's to order somebody to appear in court, although usually like a traffic ticket, if you just pay it, you don't have to go to court. But technically that's what it is. They're saying, if you want to fight this, go to court on this day, and they give you a day. So that's, when you order somebody to appear in court, that's citing. Also it says it can mean to name somebody officially in a legal case. If you're in court and the lawyer officially names a person as being involved in a crime or something, you could be citing that person. So, in Spanish, citar, word family, citation is the noun. Synonyms, quote, refer to, mention, or note. I would say they're all, I mean, quote is especially number two. Number one is it's kind of like, it's quoting, but it's also, you're all, you know, as I said, you're giving credit and you're explaining why. So it's kind of like mention and note also. Antonym, ignore or hide. So if you're not saying where the information comes from, maybe. You don't mention something. So we have three examples. So one, you need to learn the rules to cite your sources in an essay. That's definition one. Definition two, we can say he started the speech by citing. I put quoting in parentheses. That means that's a synonym. By citing Shakespeare. That means he said exact words from Shakespeare at the beginning of his speech. Number three, we could say the police officer cited the man for being drunk in public. Anytime a police officer gives a ticket, you can say it's citing the person. Citing means giving a ticket when a police officer gives it to you. The official paper that says, you know, the police officer caught you doing this. And yeah, as I said, technically it means they have to go to court, but usually people don't. If they just pay, they don't have to go. But if you disagree with the officer, then you go to court. Okay, one more thing I need to talk about. Three words that sound the same. This is our word for today, cite, C-I-T-E. We have two other words. S-I-T-E, which is also an academic vocabulary word. I can't remember which quarter or which level, but it's an academic vocabulary word. This one means sitio. It's a place where something happens. Or on the internet, a website, a place on the internet, a page on the internet. Okay, and then we also have this word, S-I-G-H-T. cite, which is vision. It's like the sense of sight is your sentido de visión, your eyes, using your eyes. Spelled completely differently, but it sounds exactly the same. They all sound exactly the same. So if I said, I'm going to cite, I'm going to cite Abraham Lincoln's speech, which one am I talking about? Is it the one for today or?
The word from today.
One from today. If I cite Abraham Lincoln's speech, if I quote it exactly, what would that be? Which definition? Quoting it exactly.
To mention something.
Number 2. If I use it and then use it to support my argument, which one is that? It's to support my opinion, my argument.
The one.
Number 1, yeah. Okay, that's all the word for today. What if I said, I'm going to look at a new website?
The second one.
It's this word, S-I-T-E. A website, S-I-T-E. How about, I don't know, a hawk, a bird has a very good sense of sight. How do you spell that one? A bird has a very good sense of sight. It's vision. It's this one. How's it spelled? S-I-G-H-T. So you should, know that this is the word for this time, but be able to distinguish, to discriminate, using a word from this week, be able to discriminate between them so that you know that they're different. All right, and that's about it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for filming.